So 1 week ago, I just came home from Prague and I was on this fun little guided trip. And at some point, our guide took us in a bar to get some coffee or something. And we started talking. And there was this sentence that he said that really made me think and really made me reflect on my own healing journey. And he said that the other night they went with the other people that also joined this trip in this pizza restaurant just to get something in, and then they went to sleep. And this made me think like, wow, this sentence was said with like no real connection to food. Like food is something just to get in and just to get by with, if this makes sense. Like there was no excitement about it, no joy, no gratitude, no real connection to food at all. And I must admit, like I was like that majority of my life. Almost around 10 years ago, I actually developed severe symptoms that diagnosed me with IBS. And at that time, I hated food so much, but at the same time, I was really addicted to food. I had it like as a treat, like the unhealthy foods, like something that I thought I enjoy. But I hated it so much at the same time because it always gave me so many symptoms. Like after my meals, I would feel nauseous, I would feel bloated, I would have stomach pain, I would feel low energy in a food coma without any mental clarity. I would feel like I need something more, like I need something sweet, I need something to drink. Like I was never really satisfied. And then I was running in this loop of eating and eating and eating and never being satisfied fully after my meals. So I would just then continue to eat and eat and eat. Thinking back at it, like I actually ate, I think, all day. Like I started early in the morning and then I would snack between meals and I would have a lot of meals and I was just always searching for something, but I never really got it. And it made me feel really frustrated and really like anxious about my future because I was noticing more and more foods don't do me good. So I was then also running in a loop like, but what is good for me? Like, if I can't really digest anything optimally and I'm having more and more sensitivities to food, like, what is then good for me? Like, why do we need to eat if food makes us feel so bad? Basically, like, why do I need to eat? Because I don't want to experience those symptoms. And I still remember how I was talking with my best friend and I said to her like, oh, but wouldn't it be great if meals would come just in a pill form, so you would just take it, you will be then okay, good to go, and continue with your day. So you wouldn't feel those symptoms and, let's say, side effects of it. Like, this doesn't need to be your reality. I know that a lot of people, and I was one of them, with digestive issues, especially with chronic digestive issues, they don't have that real connection to food. Also, when I remember on my own journey, like I wasn't enjoying my food fully. I needed to distract myself just to get it in. Like I needed to watch something on YouTube, on TV, or listen to something just to get distracted of not really being present with my meal. and I wasn't like really valuing my food. Like I would just eat it because I needed to, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to. And this was the biggest issue. I just didn't enjoy it at all. But I never really focused on like my relationship with food or anything. But it was like a big benefit that came along while I was on my healing journey, that this relationship with food changed also, and connection with food changed also. And I'm really grateful to experience all of that. So to continue with my own journey, with my healing journey of how I healed my chronic digestive issues, I then started all of those elimination diets, all of those blend restrictive diets, and although I could experience some benefits just because I was cutting out processed foods unconsciously, it wasn't it. Like I still wasn't really having like this good relationship with my food, my diet. Although at some point, like at the same time, I was really addicted to foods. Like I was really addicted to unhealthy foods, to processed foods, and I had them like as an escape from my reality, because my life wasn't great, also because all of those symptoms controlled all of my decisions, and I wasn't myself because I was always struggling with something, with some symptoms, and I couldn't like focus on expressing from the heart, of living my purpose, of knowing what my desires are. Like I just followed along the crowd, and I just wanted to get it through the day. Like I didn't think at all like who I was without symptoms, like how my life would look like without symptoms. So then I came to this raw vegan lifestyle, and little about my background. My family was vegetarian for a long time, and they still are. So I was vegetarian on and off, but then again, I didn't have like real connection to this lifestyle at all. Like it was just something that I was used to it. But when I watched like just one video about raw veganism, everything made sense. And I actually had an emergency surgery, so after that, like I was really faced of living a life dependent on those surgeries and living with a lot more complications, or changing up something, like going to the root cause of my disease, of my symptoms, and reversing that. So I wouldn't need no medications to like mask the symptoms of me not feeling it, or I wouldn't need no dependency on some external protocols, because I would heal the root cause of it. And this made really sense for me. And the point is, we as living beings are one species of living beings. So when you go to nature, you see all of those species of animals, and you don't think twice about species-specific diet. Like when you see birds, you immediately think of their species-specific diet. So okay, they eat seeds, they eat like worms or something. Okay, now this is their ultimate diet that they were designed for. So, for example, when you get a dog or when you get a cat, of course you will feed him dog food or cat food. And when you see like fish, you think of their species-specific diet. So we don't question that, but when it comes to us, like we it's kind of silly, like we pretend like we are all different species, although we have all like the same tools to digest food. And when I implemented this knowledge of what our species is designed to eat, like according to our organs, to our cells, to our pH of our overall body, to our pH of our digestive fluids, like to construction of our organs and a lot more things, I came to this diet, to this species-specific diet that is based on raw foods sourced from plant sources. And I started to live like that. I started to implement that. And I saw a major shift. All of my symptoms actually disappeared, like all of my IBS and all of also the other symptoms that I started to create after I got those IBS symptoms, because the gut health is really the base of everything. Gut health is the base of overall health. So if you can imagine, if your gut doesn't absorb all of the nutrients optimally and fully, and if these nutrients aren't compatible with our cells, then you have a problem. Then all of your other organs aren't also fueled optimally. So then they are weakening, and then they are creating all of those other diseases. So when I started to implement our species-specific diet, then I actually also reversed all of my other chronic diseases which I developed through years. I developed PCOS, I developed endometriosis, also severe mental health issues, and this was all connected to how my strong and healthy gut is. And one thing also came along. I reshaped my relationship with food and connection with food immediately, because these foods were giving me so much. Immediately, from day one, I actually noticed positive changes. I started to feel less bloated, less constipated. My digestion was starting to get optimal more and more as I was starting to feed my good microbes and started to rebuild my gut microbiota and started to balance the pH of my overall body and especially of my gut. And with digestive fluids, I also started to balance out their pH, so they also started to work more efficiently and digest my food fully, actually. And I also started to absorb more, so all of the other organs also started to be fueled optimally. And this was a big game changer. So I actually started to enjoy my meals, because every meal made me feel so satisfied that I didn't need to go on to next thing, go on to something sweeter, drink something, go on to something savory. I was just fully satisfied and ready to go and continue with my life for a few hours, which wasn't the case before. And those meals, they tasted so good. They were so more flavorful, with so less ingredients and less effort to put into your meals. They were really quick to make, really tasty, and they made me feel satisfied. And on top of that, they made me feel no digestive issues. And when the time went by, I actually started to get more and more optimal, also gut health, but also overall health. So something shifted in me, these foods were giving me so much. They were creating the perfect environment in my body for optimal health that I never experienced before. I had more energy after these meals. Because before I was always used to feeling drained and tired after food, and I'm sure you can relate to that too. And I wasn't experiencing any brain fog and any mental health issues and any mood swings. Like, I started to feel like myself, and I started to base my decisions on my actual desires, because no symptoms were controlling my everyday, which was so great. So I started to see my food in just another aspect. I started to get excited for my meals. I started to I still remember that, and I'm still feeling like that. Like, I'm so excited to prepare my meals and to like eat them, to enjoy them, that I'm planning them like one day ahead, without forcing myself, like without scheduling my meals or something, without like seeing it as a task, but I see it as a desire, as something that I want to do, and not like I need to do it. I see it like I want to do it. I want to enjoy those meals. And when I eat them, like, they feel and taste so good that I don't want to be distracted. Like, I don't want to watch a YouTube video. I don't want to watch a movie, a series. I don't want to listen to anything else. Because I want to be in this present moment and enjoying it fully. Because it feels so good. It actually feels so good. Like, I'm hypnotized by the power of it, by how good they are, by how good they're making me feel. And I'm so grateful for that. So grateful that I want to give that gratitude back to food. And I want to prepare it. I want to feel it. I want to cut it. I want to feel everything in between this preparation process of my meals. I don't see it as a task that I need to prepare my meals, and that this is something that I don't want to be doing, but I need to, so I'll just get it by. But this is like actually one of my favorite parts of the day, to prepare my food and to take time for my food and to prepare it without any negativity, in a state of bliss, of joy, of happiness. I'm so excited for it. So excited to eat it, and so excited to shop for it. Shopping, I don't see it as a task. I see it as something I want to do out of the desire, out of joy, out of my extension of gratitude for it. Like, I want to do it. I'm so happy to shop for it. I'm so happy to invest my money into these foods. I'm so happy to be a part of it, and I'm so happy to enjoy it, because these foods are made for us. They are made for us to thrive on. They are made for us to give us the most quality life without our symptoms, without any struggle. They are made to make us feel as we should feel, our best. They are made for us to give us that life that we desire. Or maybe we don't know what we desire yet, but we know that we don't want to experience those symptoms. And these foods are there for us. And they can give us immediate results. This is the most beautiful part of it. Because the results are real and are immediate and are so intense that you want to do it again and again and again and again, because it feels so good. It feels too good to not do it, compared to like our lifestyle that isn't serving us, it feels hard to do it. But with a reason, because it's not meant for us. Those foods are not meant to go in our body. We're not meant to have all of those symptoms, all of those diseases. We're not meant to live a life limiting like that. We are meant to experience optimal health, optimal digestion, bliss. We're meant to experience the most optimal life and focus on your desires, your purpose, your future, instead of being distracted by those symptoms and diseases and just getting by. You're not meant to just get by. You're meant to thrive in this life, and you can do that. If I could do it, like I was really addicted to unhealthy foods, like I said. I was really bound to that unhealthy lifestyle. And I was really addicted to a lot of the other things because I was so frustrated, because I couldn't find a solution and I couldn't find that satisfaction. But if I could do it, so can you. That's why I'm hosting a free masterclass to give you a little step plan on how to get started. And for all of the info, just check the description down below. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for investing your time. And I really hope that you can see that there is hope to get out of this cycle of those chronic digestive issues controlling your everyday.